I was born out of real estate. I've been lucky enough to be a part of GE Capital in my background in inland real estate, where I really learned all different product types and the vertical integration of just a phenomenal companies now, I think 55 billion in assets. In the things that I invest in, real estate, technology, consumer products and finance, and look at alternative investments in the financial side of private credits. The real estate that I owned and how I went through it was value-add multifamily. I was looking at, unfortunately, when you're part of a large organization, you kind of get swamped in an understanding that, okay, if I invested in 42 states, how am I going to be an expert in something? And so I took the path of being think global, do local. And since I moved from Chicago to Arizona, I thought I'd focus on Arizona real estate. Luckily, Arizona's been pretty good for the last 10 years or so. I was looking at niches between 1960 and 1980 buildings and looking at all the different nuances to it, and became an expert at turning older product into newer B+ type product for renters moving to Arizona at a higher salary capacity, if you will. Right now, we're exploring co-GP partnerships, our family offices with merging with other family offices and looking at opportunities both in Arizona but also in the Smile states. My pref equity fund is only in the red states, because we want to be in non-judicial states. If something goes wrong, we won't be able to take over the asset. But I'm following where the pref equity fund goes, and I'm looking for co-sponsors and family offices and other people that we can add our knowledge as well as a little bit of our capital. I don't know where 30% decline in real estate came from. I don't understand that at all.
Neither do I.
I haven't seen that in retail. Had one of the hottest years from a buy-sell standpoint, valuations. Office is still holding strong, except in the major metropolitan areas where you have the towers and people aren't going back to work. Industrial, I know just in Arizona alone, there's 12 million square feet under construction, of which it was set for spec. It's all going to be leased. We're 1% to half a point vacancy rate in industrial. Multifamily, we were 27% rental over year increases for just Arizona specifically. It may be 5 to 6% increases in rent. I don't see a decline at all. It's just if you have to sell today, you're selling at a lower discount. Our brokerage company is seeing maybe a 10 to 12% decline, but the prices were way too high. They're still looking at November of 21 when I think that was the top of the market. I don't see it. The other thing too is how do you get, lenders, basically how do you get your money back? If you're lending money out to the marketplace in 3 to 5 years, all lenders lend first. The first rule of thumb is like, okay, I'm lending you money, but how do I get my money back? And so I don't know what the exit is. Is it another hard money lender to take me out? That's not a really great business plan. If it's if it's an equity kicker, like a warrant, that's interesting. Because if it falls and now you own part of it, okay, that could be interesting. But if I'm just taken out by another hard money lender, that's not a great investment. Because the way the market has been for the last year and a half, if you will, we thought we'd come out of COVID and, all guns blazing and, can get into some really neat investments. So we went pretty heavy and then realized, we actually got to look back at, who we're investing in, why we're investing, and what we're investing in. And quite frankly, I'm looking at opportunities that could provide income. Looking at opportunities that will be complementary to the things that I already invested in, and it's, kind of an easier movement of capital into that. So for real estate ventures, I've been in real estate for 30 years, commercial real estate, residential, all across the board, all product types. I'm pretty happy where I am with the real estate side of it. Logistics is a new one that I'm interested in, 3PL, excuse me. And I'm interested in the finance lending market. One of my most recent investments was a pref equity fund, of which I was asked to be a limited and loved it so much. I jumped up into the GP and now I partner with them and moved my capital markets team over to them. And we're lending money in the industrial and multifamily space and raising capital there. I like the lending space. If there's opportunities for me to be on that side of the table, I think it's much more interesting than being on the asset side.
To listen to this full panel, join the Family Office Club by visiting familyoffices.com. We look forward to seeing you at our next live event.